it's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts. Thank you very much for joining me again today. Today is another Inspire Create Challenge day, which is always fun, and we've got a colour challenge. And the colours are an interesting mix. They are Call Me Clover, Calypso Coral, Lovely Lipstick, Night of Navy and Pineapple Punch. Now, you may wonder, and indeed I did, you may wonder where the colour selection came from, and it's from the new Spring Summer catalogue. On pages 24 and 25 we have the Happiness Blooms suite, and surprise, surprise, this wonderful Scandinavian inspired patterned paper is Call Me Clover, Calypso Coral, Lovely Lipstick, Night of Navy and Pineapple Punch. And you can get the card pack that goes with that, which is Call Me Clover, Lovely Lipstick and Night of Navy. So, what am I doing for this challenge? Well, I happen to know, because I got a sneak peek, that a number of the design team who are a little further ahead with getting their project sorted out are already using the Happiness Blooms set. So I'm not. So my project is this one, which is completely different from the kind of block pattern of the Scandi style, but I kind of wanted to go to the furthest extreme that I could to bring you more inspiration on how to use colour, which we now know goes together because it's in the Happiness Blooms suite. So how to use colour without using the suite that it originates from. So I have used the, where is it? The Sale-A-Bration Designer Series paper, which is, if I can find it, Botanical Butterflies. I have also used the Sale-A-Bration foil. It comes Grapefruit Grove and Lovely Lipstick. The Grapefruit Grove is sort of holographic, and the Lovely Lipstick is a really nice satin, and that is what I have used for the Amazing and this little edge here. And I have also used nothing else from there. I've used the Butterfly, here they are, Butterfly Gala stamp set and the Crackle Paint stamp set, both from the Spring Summer catalogue. Now, if you don't already have your copy of the Spring Summer catalogue and the Sale-A-Bration catalogue, and you don't work with a demonstrator already, if you do, you should have your catalogues by now. But if you don't have your catalogues and you would like catalogues, hop over to my website, which is linked below, and you'll find on the catalogue page there is a form to request the catalogues. So fill that in and get it back to me, and I will, well, you just fill it in and submit it, and I will then get a copy of each of these out to you. And that will be free, it's just straight from me. So, I've also used the leaf ribbon from the annual catalogue. This is in Call Me Clover, so that was quite a nice way of bringing this back in from the annual catalogue. So, shall we get started? And whilst we're making it, I can talk to you about all the wonderful promotions during Sale-A-Bration, because it really is a fantastic time to be either shopping, having a party or a workshop, or joining. So let's start with all of the bits that I'm using. The die set is the Celebrate You Thinlits dies. Now, these actually were Sale-A-Bration items last year, but they carried over. We knew they were carrying over into the annual catalogue. So far, we have not been told that any of the Sale-A-Bration items are going to carry over, but we do know that there are some more coming on the 15th of February. So I don't know if there are any of those will be carrying over, but certainly at the moment all I can tell you is we are not aware that any of these are. And actually, while I'm here, so Sale-A-Bration, if you don't know, for every £45 you spend, you get to choose something from this little catalogue for free. Now, there are two items at the very back. This lovely photopolymer distinctive, it's one of the very first distinctive stamp sets in photopolymer. So this is a level 2 item, so that's with a £90 purchase. And these Tea Time framelets are also a £90 level 2 item, and they match the Tea Together stamp set, which is in the Occasions catalogue, the Spring-Summer catalogue. So that's the shop bit. If you host or have your own large order and your order is more than £200, in addition to the usual level of stamping rewards, you get an extra £20, regardless of how much over your £200, the £200 your order is. So if your order's £400, you get 14% of stamping rewards plus an additional £20. And then, of course, there's the joining offer, which for for £99 or €129, you get £170 of product of your choice, or €230 of product of your choice, just for the £99, including free shipping. And you also get a pack of each of the catalogues that are current, so the annual, the spring, summer and the Sale-A-Bration, and a basic business starter kit. If you want to upgrade for another £26, you can get the craft and carry tote. When demonstrators were able to purchase it before Sale-A-Bration, that was £47. Now the only way to get that craft and carry tote is to join, and obviously I'll be delighted if you wanted to join my team. And you can be in any of the European countries to join my team, so UK obviously, France, Austria, the Netherlands or Germany, you can join my team. So let's stop all that waffle, because we're now at 6 minutes and I haven't even started to make the project, that's the word I'm looking for. So there are lots of measurements. Those are going to be in the description bar, in the blog post, which is linked in the description bar below. So I'm not going to worry too much about those. We've got my usual base mat. This is a half sheet of A5 just scored down the middle, and this is the thick Whisper White. I've got a piece of Night of Navy, piece of the lovely lipstick foil, which I have gutted. So this piece I've taken out, and I've actually managed to cut both of the amazing die cuts from that, and I've used the sticky multi-purpose adhesive on the back, so I've just made them into a sticker, but that's it's a nice size piece to have left over. Another piece of Night of Navy, and then a piece of Whisper White. And then I've got a scrap of Whisper White as well that we will be using. A scrap of the Butterfly Botanicals designer series paper from the Sale-A-Bration catalogue, and that is the first thing that I am going to sort out. I'm just going to cut one of these butterflies out, because this is the butterfly that I have used for this. It may look like I've stamped it, but I haven't, because although there are 4 patterned stamps, there are also these solid, which you can fill in either your stamped images or the paper, and then there's a small solid as well. So I've taken both of those, and I'm going to use Calypso Coral and Pineapple Punch for those. So I'm going to do Pineapple Punch at the bottom. Now, when you get a solid photopolymer stamp, the first thing I do is just rub it, because they come with a sort of coat of a finish on them, which helps them release from the mould. And for a solid photopolymer, you can't get it well inked often if you don't take that off. So I just use my hand. You can use a white eraser instead, and I do have one of those, so just one of these, and you just rub that again over. But I do find that just rubbing it with your fingers just helps take that film off, and it kind of leaves it looking a bit white to begin with, or frosted, and that means you've got the surface nicely keyed and ready for your ink. So Calypso Coral, for crying out loud, it's the same alliteration. So just line that up, and because it's photopolymer, it's easy to do, particularly if you pause before you do it. That's that. They will dry back a bit if I put those next to the two that I've already done, you can see that they are slightly darker at the moment, and that's just because the ink is still drying. My actually clean chamois, it doesn't look clean, but it basically is. And that cleans those stamps up really nicely. And you just have this damp. I would suggest leaving it, if you've got it in a case, and if you shopped with me in November, you will have a chamois with a case. If you have it in a case, then when you finish stamping for the day, leave the case open so that you don't get mould building up. It can otherwise get a little bit unpleasant. So that's those bits, and then we bring in our lovely punch, which, because I've cut that bit off, or with it, I can hold my butterfly in the punch, and you can see, because this has a punch, that's why I cut the butterfly from the designer series paper, because otherwise I would have punched into another of the butterflies, and I want to keep them whole. So we'll pop that to one side for the moment. Then with our white, our Whisper White, I'm going to grab my crackle and just open that up, my Call Me Clover, and I have got somewhere, because I know I put it somewhere very helpful and very private and very secret, and I've now lost it, of course, a piece of scrap paper. So I will grab another one. I don't really want to use that. I can do. So I just want a piece of scrap. I'll use an old piece of grid paper because I'm going to want to rub across the back of the Whisper White, preferably without getting my hands all dirty. So, Call Me Clover, ink that up. Now you can obviously put this onto a block, but equally you don't have to, because I'm working within the space of the stamp, so I don't actually have to take it out of the case. So that's all nicely inked up. And then I'm going to grab my scrap piece of grid paper, pop that down, pop that on top, and then just rub over the back, just so that your piece of paper is nicely inked. Now that, again, just grab your chamois, and this is why it's lovely that this is loose, because you can just grab your chamois and just clean up your stamp. And you don't even have to take it out of the case. Sorry about the squeaking. And it's as simple as that to clean up. Now I would obviously then run that under the tap to clean it up, because there is quite a lot of Call Me Clover on there, but that's the ideal thing about the chamois, is it clean up is so quick. Right, so now all we've got to do is pop everything together and we're done. Oh no, I've got one more piece of stamping to do. One last piece of stamping, and this is where things are likely to go horribly wrong. So I have got the You've Been on My Mind stamp, and I'm just going to, on this scrap of Whisper White, just towards the bottom, and so that it is straight, again, the joy of a photopolymer stamp. Stamp, You've Been on Your Mind. And again, I will clean that up and grab my trimmer, and this is where I have to be very careful to just, because this is narrower than the butts, so I'm going to hold that there and then hold it very, 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 very tight, and you can trim your piece of Whisper White down so that it is the perfect size. Then I'm just going to flag the end So let's see, how much do I want? Whoops, knock things down, why don't I? Right, so I actually want it, I'm going to let that go to voicemail because I am. It's what voicemail is for. So just flag the end, very simply like that. And now we can put it all together. So, first things first, fold our card in half. Grab a foam folder. So that's nicely done. Make sure you get the right piece of Night of Navy. And actually I'm going to build everything up first because I've got to stick the ribbon down. So let's not get that wrong. So just a bit of snail on the back of our lovely lipstick frame. And then add that onto the front of our piece of Night of Navy, and we just want the smallest little border. Then same again with the second piece of Night of Navy, and I'm using snail rather than liquid adhesive for this because sticking onto the foil is easier with the snail than it is with the liquid adhesive, because obviously with a shiny surface you want something with a bit of a key. Then last, our Whisper White, now covered in Call Me Clover. Actually, I'm going to pop it the other way up, purely because I've got a bit of a smudge down there and it's going to get hidden if I pop it down here, because it'll be in amongst the butterflies, so a little less obvious. Right, so the next thing is to find the end of the ribbon, and oops, cut a piece about that long, and then grab glue dots. We may need to add a few more once we know where everything is, but for the moment I'm just going to pop one on each end and then a couple in the middle. Ooh, it would help if it hadn't got a twist in it as well, wouldn't it? No, I think I'm alright. Am I alright? It is quite... yeah, I see that's the back, that's the front rather. So I really don't want that one there. Let's take that off and pop it on the other side. This does twist quite nicely, this ribbon, so do be careful that you've got the right way up. But it does take the glue dots really easily, and they fit perfectly. So let's just pop that down and get it reasonably straight. It doesn't have to be straight because it's a wiggle anyway. So we should have two of those stuck, and come round with the one that's got a glue dot and the other one that's got a glue dot. And actually I'm going the other way with the ribbon this time. Just noticed, but that's fine. There is no right or wrong way to have this ribbon. And then we might as well have that one sticking out. So that's fine. I don't think we're going to need any more. Then grab this and the edge of some dimensionals. And it's what your edge pieces are for. Pop those on there. And this is then going to go to the edge there. Then grab our sticker, because that's what this is now. This is a sticker, so we can just peel the backing off. I love this stuff. Look at that, and we've got a sticker. pop the amazing down. Oop. And then I've just bent up the edges, and again, actually I think I might use a small dimensional for this. I'm just going to pop a dimensional on the end of each wing, and then liquid adhesive down its body, just a small amount. Peel off the backings, and then this just pops down here. Stick your wings down, but it just gives that little lift and it gives them the support so they don't completely flatten in the post. And then grab our card base, liquid adhesive on the back. Just make sure you've got it in a reasonably well covered space, and pop your card down. And it's as simple as that. So basically it's just cutting lots of layers. So there you are. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Do have a go at the challenge. We really do enjoy seeing what people make of our challenges. And as I say, this is quite an interesting selection of colours. You can obviously just use the suite, the Happiness Blooms suite, and go from there. So I'm just holding this down while it dries. Yeah, equally, go wild. Just use the colours for something completely different. Thank you very much indeed. As I say, if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. If you need any more information about Sale-A-Bration and how to get free stuff, we all like free stuff, drop me a line, leave me a comment. The link, as I say, for my blog post is immediately below. If you don't already subscribe, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is just here. If you would like to subscribe to my newsletter, or just get notification when I post a new post on my website, you can do that over on my website. So there's two forms for those. If you need catalogue, again, there's a form for that. But in the meantime, thank you very much indeed for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye!